Hi there. I hope you're having a wonderful Friday today. And a few years ago, I was diagnosed with what's called cardiomyopathy. It's a weak heart muscle, and also ventricular tachycardia, which is irregular heartbeat. These are two serious heart issues, and I started having shortness of breath, dizziness, lightheadedness. I would have periods of confusion. I believe I was 38 at that time. I was tired all the time, weak, had no energy. I just could barely function. I would walk from, say, my living room to my bedroom, and I was short of breath and tired. So I was kind of ignoring it stupidly. I am a nurse. I was a nurse that at that time I worked in the recovery room or the post anesthesia care unit. So I knew better, but sometimes we healthcare workers, we don't take the best care of ourselves. I kept ignoring the symptoms and they kept getting worse. I had a couple friends in Atlanta, and my family and I drove to see them, and they had a two-story house, and I had a hard time walking from the first level to the bedrooms on the second level. I would have to stop, uh, take some deep breaths, and continue. Long and short of it, I still did not do anything. I drove back to Florida, and I went to see my physician. He was not there. I saw his nurse practitioner, and she said, "You're not going back home. I want you to see a cardiologist immediately." I did, and he did an echocardiogram, and it showed that my heart was functioning at 35%. It's called the ejection fraction was 35%. Normal is 60 or above. Also, he did an EKG, and I was having what's called ventricular tachycardia, 12 to 14 beats straight, which very serious. He put me on drugs, and the drugs he put me on, they didn't really help much. They just kept lowering my blood pressure and just made me feel worse. I shared what was going on with one of my coworkers, and she referred me to an electrophysiologist. That's a physician who specializes in the electrical activity of the heart. Now, my cardiologist was treating me for cardiomyopathy. When I saw the electrophysiologist, he said that he felt that it was the electrical abnormality of my heart, the ventricular tachycardia, that led to the cardiomyopathy, which is a weakening of the muscles of the heart. He told me about a procedure he could do that would correct the problem, and that it was fairly easy, and that this was not an uncommon thing for women my age, 38, 40. I had it done, what's called an ablation, and I was on beta blocker and aspirin before the procedure. After the procedure, the electrophysiologist told me he did not want me to take any more drugs, not even aspirin. What he wanted me to do is start walking every single day. He told me, "I want you to walk for half an hour every single day. Cut out coffee, cut out tea, anything with caffeine, de-stress your life, and eat properly." Well, needless to say, he didn't have to tell me twice, because I was at that time feeling so sick. I was 38, but I felt like I was 90 years old. And so I started immediately. My ejection fraction was 35%. That's the strength of the heart. And within 1 year, by walking, by eating properly, by eliminating caffeine and alcohol, and by de-stressing my life, my ejection fraction went up to 55%. And within 2 years, my ejection fraction was 65%. I have not had any heart issues since then, no palpitations, which I was having before. The main reason why I'm doing this video is to tell you that exercise, mainly walking, is man's best medicine. And excellent health is not just about what we eat. It's what we eat, it's our exercise, and you don't have to kill yourself. Half an hour, most days of the week, I believe is adequate, which would be like 4 days of the week. And lowering our stress level. Stress inflames our body, and most disease conditions are related to inflammation, even heart attack, by the way. In fact, if you go into a hospital with chest pain and they suspect a heart attack, they check for inflammation in your body. And so it's your good nutrition, moderate exercise, decreasing your stress level, and eliminating toxins like alcohol, coffee, and tea. And sleep is very important too. I find that I need a minimum of 8 hours sleep, or I just don't feel so good. So these things can reverse any disease condition that we have if we take care of our bodies. If we do right by our bodies will do right by us. So I wanted to share that with you. Walking is so important. Good nutrition, mainly plant-based. Cut out the junk in, junk out. And decrease your stress level. It's not worth worrying about. Nothing that we worry about will worry change. Worry will only make it worse. You need to get adequate sleep, good quality sleep. Okay, so those are my tips for you. Journaling is very good. Like, have a book where you give thanks, write things that you're grateful for. Prayer is good. Meditation is good. All of these are good for our health. Okay, so have an enjoyable weekend. I hope you'll be doing something fun. I'll be doing my gardening. That's one of the things that gives me the most pleasure. And also, I love to go dancing. So I'm sure I will go dancing somewhere. And I love the arts too, plays and concerts and things like that. So have fun. God bless you and have a wonderful weekend.